It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's Superhero Slate. It's a weekly podcast where we talk about everything that's great. Like movies, TV, superheroes. It's Superhero Slate. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to Superhero Slate, the show where we run down the latest superhero entertainment news.
We love TV, movies, and superheroes, so let's talk it all out.
My name is Chris.
My name is Mike.
And this week, Spider-Noir swings onto the small screen. Unless you have a large TV, then it's probably a big screen.
I was in Costco, and I just casually seen like 100-inch TVs for sale.
Yeah.
Which, something that could have been out for a long time now, but I purchase television so infrequently. I can't remember the last time I even looked at the sizes available. So yeah, I guess you could watch it on a 100-inch TV if you wanted.
Yeah, my basement's a 120-inch projector, and I'm like, 100-inch TV probably wouldn't look too bad right here, would it? I've been seeing those, so absolutely. Lantern's new trailer also arrives for us to watch. We'll talk about it later. Trailer 2, I guess, that more people are happy with. X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer was leaked online. We have it.
Every time I read X-Men 97, I hear that sting in my head.
Oh, yeah. And you should, because they're going back to the 90s with this season and more on this week's episode.
Okay, Chris, you've teased me long enough. You said that you cracked a can, something that has some sort of pro or prebiotic in it.
Yes. So, yesterday, I ordered all 4 new flavors of Jolt Cola that have been re-released. And I am drinking the original Jolt Cola Taste the Legend right here on today's episode.
And it has probiotics in it now?
It says prebiotic. Prebiotics on one side, modern soda on the other. And I know that's a phrase that's your phrase right there. If you want a modern soda, you drink Jolt today.
And I'd have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure like a probiotic is like what's in yogurt. It's like little living things. And I think a prebiotic is just fiber, because I think the prebiotic is something that the probiotic eats. So I would guess that it's just soda with like fiber in it. Are there ingredients on the back of this can, Chris? Can you scan real quickly?
Yeah.
Does anything say like inulin or psyllium husk or anything like that might denote fiber? Or I guess the can might say fiber, like 4 grams or something like that. I don't know.
Dietary fiber 1 gram is all it says.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's technically fiber.
1,000% of B12 if you're looking to get some B12.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of B12.
It really is. 100% of your B6 and 100% of your pantothenic acid as well.
Well, how does it taste?
So these are sugar-free. All the new Jolts are sugar-free, by the way, in case people didn't know that. They also come in 4 flavors. Original, I think, vanilla, root beer, and one called Dr. Jolt as well. So this is the original one, and it tastes. It's a light, not lightly. I think it says 80 milligrams of caffeine per can right now. 80 milligrams of natural caffeine per can. I don't know if there's unnatural caffeine in here. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a dark cola. I'm excited to try the other ones, to be completely honest, more than I am this one. But I wanted to crack open the original one on the show with you. So I have an Ale 8 right next to it, so I'm highly caffeinated this afternoon.
I feel like I'm inclined to call this like a zombie brand or something like that, because they did something extremely similar with Slice, where like Slice and Jolt were gone, and then they just came back, but they made them trendy by making them like quote unquote healthy sodas.
Yeah, so this
it makes me think that like some like venture capitalists came in and like bought the brand.
So the supplement brand Redcon 1 is who brought this back. It's a partnership with them. So that's why it's got the prebiotics in it and all. It's made about like from natural coffee beans and stuff like that. So I just remember Jolt. I remember like being very scared to drink Jolt Cola as a kid because everyone said it had too much caffeine in it and it would essentially kill you.
hilarious to think about now that you
Yeah.
can go pick up a can with 300 milligrams in it now, and some people drink multiple of those a day, which is insanity.
Yeah. So I think if you get the tall boy cans, they have 200 milligrams, but I have the short 4-packs, and they only have 80 milligrams. So this is a nice little supplement for my day as well.
Well, I do have to say this is an absolute excellent transition to my very first topic that I wanted to share with you,
which is also equally as vague because you son of a bitch. Go on.
Yes, I put it down as just S tier, where last year we did do our popcorn bucket tier list, but we did it kind of more formally, right? We did it live on the show. I believe it's cemented in audio and visual form in some way. But I like the idea of tier lists, and I just kind of want to informally let the public know that I think I've added 2 new beverages to my S tier list. I'm talking like these are like all-time beverages, and if you're talking to me, it's going to be carbonated. It's going to be some sort of like soda or something like that.
And there's no sugar in it, so don't get your hopes up.
Exactly. So I wanted to induct 2 new members to my S tier beverage list. This first one, a long time coming. It's been out for a couple years now, but it keeps coming back into my household. Even my wife wants it. Now she's on top of it, and it's kind of like, I feel like an S tier is kind of like one of those things where it has to be like a daily driver. It has to break out of the kind of like holiday theme that it may or may not be associated with. You have to be able to drink it with anything. I feel like that's what makes it S tier. It's up there with like the classics, like the Diet Cokes, the Diet Mountain Dews, right? It can compete with all of them. So I'd like to induct the first new S tier, which is the Diet, Zero Canada Dry Cherry Fruit Splash beverage. It is delicious.
Is it cherry or
a couple years now?
Cherry or strawberry?
It's cherry fruit splash. They do have a strawberry flavor, which is new. I have yet to try it.
That one's good.
I've been burned.
That one's
burned
good
by a lot of strawberry flavored things, so maybe I'll have to give it a shot. The cherry fruit splash. It's iconic. It's crisp. If you can get that can as cold as you possibly can before it starts freezing, it's euphoric. It's amazing. So we have a hard time sometimes finding them out here. I think it used to be tied to the holiday season, but like it's May and I can find it. So I don't think it's tied to a holiday anymore. So that is my first edition. Now, I wanted to say, in order to make it into the S tier, you had to do your due diligence of research, right? It had to be around maybe for a couple seasons. You had to make sure, like I just said, it goes good with everything. But then every once in a while, Chris, you get a sneaking hit that comes up out of nowhere. Someone just crashes on the scene, and it's so delicious, it's undeniable. And I'd like to announce the final inductee to the S tier list of this, end of spring season, because it is Memorial Day here, which is the unofficial start of summer, is the brand new Zero Sugar Red Bull. The
Sudachi Lime. Sudachi Lime
is absolutely amazing. It's like the best grapefruit soda you've ever had, even though it says it's lime. To me, it just tastes like grapefruit. Maybe it's that Sudachi lime. I got to imagine it's like a Japanese fruit, right? I feel like they've been doing a lot of that with like that cherry blossom one that was the previous flavor wave. But this Sudachi lime is so good. I've had 2 cans already, and I'm addicted to it. It's the best lime citrus flavored soda I've ever consumed. It is so good. I would recommend it to anybody that likes anything citrusy. Like if you like Sprite, if you like Squirt, anything in that range. And I always forget that like Red Bull is like the humble energy drink. Obviously it was the first on the market. They have all of these like, crazy games that they sponsor breakdance competitions, the Floontog. They had the Soapbox Derby here in Los Angeles like the other week. But their smallest can is like what, like a humble like 80 milligrams of caffeine.
It's not the caffeine punch everyone thought it was when it came. Maybe when it came out, yes, but not anymore. It is very much the very subtle drink.
Yes, it's the smooth hit that you need, and if you get that second larger can, it's like you're dealing with like 110 milligrams of caffeine. It's just the right amount. It's absolutely delicious. So these are on my Mount Rushmore S tier list right now. If you want to ask me what else is on my list, I still need to formalize it. So check back in with me maybe end of summer, and I'll formalize it a little bit more. But Chris, I just needed you to know where my S tier editions are at now.
Yeah, I think the Sudachi Lime is not my favorite. I like the Sakura Cherry a little bit more. I do like a tart drink, but it is the cherry is mine. But I just sent you the other cans I have sitting. This is a photo from the store. The new 7-Up Endless Summer Mandarin Orange
Chris,
7-Up.
I feel so bad. I forgot to send you a picture that I actually did acquire this.
Okay, good, because we have that as well. And it's a zero sugar a medley. And I'm still looking for those Mountain Dews. I know I have a listener, or listener of the show. He's looking for those 3 packs of Mountain Dews that have that whiteout flavor in it. It's not sugar free, but it's only at Walmart. So it's a summer flavor out here, absolutely for sure. Moving on, I'm going to talk about. We're not in the notes yet, but this week I've done 2 things. Number one, I now have what is an arcade game that you play in arcades right now, emulated at home, called Halo Fireteam Raven. And Mike, I sent this to you, and you're not an arcade person. Your daughter's not of the arcade age yet to go there. But Halo Fireteam Raven is a 4-player arcade experience based around Marines that are happening the same time the first Halo game is happening. So the game launches, and you're on the Halo 1 ship, the Pillar of Autumn, fighting your way out of it. And like occasionally you'll get to a scene like there's the Master Chief taking down some people in front of you, and you're just shooting. It's a shooter throughout this. But it supports 4 players. They also have a 2-player version. They've got a different bunch of variants, but the 4-team pod version is the one I remember the most. And I was like, when I play this, I'm like, one day I will have this game in my house. This is peak arcade energy for me. It's Halo. It's a shooter. It's multiple players. It meets all my requirements to be what I would call, in Mike's terms, S tier arcade games. And finally, a team out of Europe was able to get this playing on modern PCs. And I am able to play through Halo Fireteam Raven with my little, force feedback arcade guns that I purchased a month or so ago in its entirety, without having to put dollars into it, dollar bills. So I'm thrilled to be playing this game right now. It's awesome, Mike. This version I have also supports split screen, so if I had a second monitor and 2 more guns, I could set it up as 4-player in my basement and just have a good old time with it, along the way. I would recommend. I think I sent you a gameplay video of it, Mike, of Halo Fireteam Raven. But I would recommend people who aren't, kind of look at, because you start off, you have the assault. Everyone knows, if you have played video games in the past 10 years, you've played a Halo game probably. If you're older than that, you definitely played one. But one of the cool things, it goes through all the guns from Halo: the assault rifle, the grenades, the plasma pistol, the shotgun. You get it, you run out of your ammo, you reload, you keep going. It's just one of those quarter eaters, if you will. But the story and cinematics are just absolutely chef's kiss, because they are truly in sync with the Halo franchise, especially Halo 1. So
yeah. There's a YouTube channel I really like called Arcade Economy, where
how many quarters does it take to beat the game?
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, he ranks how basically abusive was the game towards your wallet. So now that this is kind of available for him to play, I'd like to see it on his channel. That'd be fun.
Let's see if it's on there. I'm gonna, unless you already Googled it. Nope.
I have not.
So Google AI overview, because we trust that. It says can cost between $15 to $30 per person to beat. To beat this. Yeah, it's a full experience. I mean, I recommend. This game comes in 18 variants. The 2-player version right now, if you wanted to buy one or lease, is $16,000 right now. If you wanted to buy, bring one home. Yeah, I was hoping to find a broken one and fix it up, but no, I'll do this. On that, so definitely recommend you guys just look it up. If you're not arcade or emulation, that's fine. But I take a recommendation to look it up. The other thing, I'll just make it a bullet point here because I want people to have some time codes. Is I saw the Mandalorian and Grogu on Thursday on opening weekend, Mike. And I'm not here to say anything or spoil anything for anybody, because I know, Mike, you haven't seen it yet, and at least I assume so because you've been busy all weekend.
Unfortunately, I was tied up with toddler birthdays all weekend, but it was a hot topic amongst the dads across the different birthday parties, and it was kind of funny. They would go up to one another and they'd be like, "So did you see it? How was it?" So like everyone is kind of feeling each other out of just like, wait, did you like this one? Did you not like it? What side of the fence are you on? So all I know is, like, I guess unsurprisingly, there's a divisive Star Wars movie out there.
Well, I think it's divisive between. I mean, if you look at this, is kind of the other way where it's the critics and audience scores are drastically not drastically different, but there is a divide down the middle. And me coming into this, really not know. We've talked about this. We don't know what the movie was about. We just know from our research that we do every week is that there was essentially a fourth season. Fourth season was scrapped. Movie was here instead. And I can safely assure you, if you like just watching the show The Mandalorian Grogu, you've seen the first season at least. This is essentially just a season in 2 hours. It's a nice compact season. It's got definitely two parts, a first part and a second part, which feels just like how a season would be split up. The best thing I say, I had a good time. It's enjoyable. You'll see this everywhere. Ludwig Göransson, his score, obviously fantastic in the original, but they added some like 80s synthwave to this mix of it, and it was awesome. Really hit all the right vibes. Action scenes through the roof. Like, I think the action scenes in the regular show were pretty good. The regular TV show were pretty good, but like they have the budget to do a lot more action scenes in this one, which is fantastic. Definitely a lot of, you can see Dave Filoni dropping some hints and Easter eggs to this. Jon Favreau doing callbacks to the original movie, the prequels, the sequels. Not so much the sequels, but mostly the prequels in the original movie. Just a fun time, like low stakes, entry. And it doesn't do the crawl at the beginning. I think we talked about this. This is the only Star Wars movie to have its credits in the beginning of the film. I saw that Filoni kind of made a statement that the opening crawl is only going to be reserved for. He called it like Skywalker saga movies, but I got to imagine, like, pressing forward in the Star Wars universe, we might not be so connected to Skywalker anymore. Yeah, it may. If it is, it's maybe like a consequence that a Skywalker did at some point, but not the characters in its entirety. But intro was awesome. It's just, like I said, it's just a fun time. This is a whole season in 2 hours. So if you wanted season 4 of The Mandalorian Grogu with all the fluff cut out along the way, you get Mandalorian, you get Grogu, you get action scenes, you get awesome music, you get a lot of aliens. I'll tell you what, I love that most of the villains in this were not human. Like that's like the Star Wars we talk about, right? Where like, oh, it's not just like, this is the opposite of Andor. In that regard, everything in here was an alien, pretty much, some sort of creature, which was really fun. So, on my fence, if you like the show, I recommend watching the movie. Like it's 100% recommendation if you like the thing. If you're looking for something different, unique, or changes the world as a whole, probably not going to be your bag. This movie is not meant to change your mind about the Mandalorian and Grogu, or at least make a statement in Star Wars along the way. This is what I would call season 4, and they put it in a movie form, and that's good enough for me along the way.
Well, this might be helpful for me, knowing that I'm just going to go in with kind of just lowered expectations. I'm watching just some more Mando and Grogu.
This is a popcorn movie. You need to grab a bag. Like if you're watching this at home, even if you don't make the theaters, this is like a popcorn and like have a drink kind of thing, and just like I'm just shoveling my face while I'm watching like some of these action scenes along the way.
Yeah. This is kind of what I've heard. I've got reports in from my brother, the dads at the birthday parties, some other people that I've just seen out there on the internet. I guess it just depends on how seriously you want to take additions to the Star Wars universe. So I guess we just got to keep waiting. If there are Star Wars fans out there that just want more of the mainline continuity, they're just going to have to keep waiting, it sounds like. So if you're saying that this is basically the next season of The Mandalorian, would you say this season, quality wise, is better than the third season?
Well, again, as someone who doesn't hate the third season probably as much as you do, Yeah, I think so, because you can't have how many episodes was it? 8 in the season normally, right? You get no fluff in this. Like, it is essentially a mission, one single, like, it's either one episode that's done really well or like 2 episodes that are done really well. There's no fluff in here. Like, there's no like we're beating around the bush. It is what you drop in with action, you find the story, you do the story, you get the action, and it just goes all the way through to the end, pretty much. Like,
so Lizzo and Jack Black nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I would say, I mean, the biggest, again, most of the people are not humans in this. Like, a lot of them are aliens. Like, you get a lot of Jeremy Allen White, who's Rada the Hutt, right? The big muscular Hutt in the fighting pit that we saw from the trailer. Sigourney Weaver is probably the closest human you see for most of this. Like, I guess the Mandalorian himself, but like he's in his helmet for quite a bit of it. But like, there's just a lot of aliens in this for sure, a lot of creatures, and that's fine with me. It's a pretty good time. Like I said, again, this is a very much a popcorn, but like I would put this. There are scenes in this I will think about, and even action wise, over comparable to the non-Star Wars Solo for a very long time. This would beat Solo hands down in a duel. I would say it's comparable to Rogue One, but for different reasons. Rogue One's very much a poignant, like, this is what we're doing, this is the people, this is, again, Andor, and this is the Mandalorian Grogu who are doing missions for the New Republic, I guess, along the way. So, I think if you don't hate the show, this is worth the time, but if you're like, whatever, it's not going to save you along the way. So, at the end of the day, like I told somebody else, and I think I said it earlier, this movie left me not offended by Star Wars at the end of the day. This kind of gives me hope for Starfighter next year, right? The Ryan Gosling one, that's also a not mainline Star Wars. So I think we have hope for these little spinoffs for the next, at least these 2 spinoffs for a bit. And I also saw like it was a cheaper, movie-wise, a cheaper movie to make overall, right? Because, you know, how everything, they've already kind of done it. But the interesting thing was, like, they don't have, like, this movie's doing better at the box office than they thought it would over Memorial Day weekend, so that's good for them. But the other thing was, like, people, so I think someone said, like, this movie doesn't have to make its money back in theaters because it sold so much merch from the Grogu and Mandalorian line. They're like, this is Star Wars merch movie through and through. So absolutely agree with that. I kept eyeballing that AT-AT popcorn bucket that Cinemark has. I kept eyeballing it. I'm like, if that wasn't $80, I would probably get it. But I'll come back in 2 weeks and get it at like half off because the Mortal Kombat ones were already on sale as well. So I was like, there's an opportunity here. Had they had the He-Man sword, Mike, I would have walked out with the He-Man sword stepper. But they did not have those yet along the way. Also, no post-credit scene, so you can leave when it's over if you watch it. So
good to know.
Awesome. Moving on, trailers. We got a lot of trailers to talk about this week. First one is Vought Rising, the first trailer for that coming The Boys prequel series. The Boys did end this week, the entire series, episodes 1 through 5. They still probably have The Boys Mexico we've talked about coming up, but we definitely have Vought Rising. Essentially tells the story of Soldier Boy back in, like, what, World War, was it 1 or 2? Wherever they started making the soups.
Trailer said 1950, so it will probably be post World War II.
Yeah, so it's around that time of so World War II. So because I know what's her name, Stormfront, I guess was a Nazi at some point right before. So I know it's in that vicinity there. You can see Bombsight, who made an appearance there in the last one. So it essentially reminds me a lot of if Captain America, the first Avenger, the first part of that before he gets the serum, but like with the Boys' gruesomeness and like grotesqueness added into it along the way. I actually didn't know this trailer was out.
It probably would have been a good idea if maybe they tacked it on to the finale of The Boys last week, maybe to keep the hype train going. I don't know. Maybe it was the very next day it came out, but I didn't hear anybody talking about the trailer. All I've been seeing are AI generated different endings for The Boys all over my social media feed because people did not like the way it ended. And I don't know if I like this new world that we live in where people can just generate the ending that they wanted. It feels weird and maybe a bit disrespectful to the creators of the show. Not maybe, definitely disrespectful. But also, I do kind of wonder if maybe it's a little bit of like a way to stem the hate train, right? Like if if the vocal minority can just like be quelled by their own AI generated ending, will they just kind of like keep it in the basement, right? And they won't like, put it out in the real world and make it obnoxious for the rest of us. All of these people that, flood like IMDb or these other rating sites with these like crazy, like low ratings. They're just like, oh, just go generate your own ending. Just go appease yourself and leave everyone else alone. That being said, I wasn't like the biggest fan of the final season. I mean, the ending was just kind of like I could take it or leave it. The ending, the last episode, wasn't really particularly driving me crazy. I feel like I kind of started checking out of The Boys once Butcher got tentacles. I don't know. Does he get tentacle powers in the comic books, Chris? Do you know off the top of your head?
It is very you're way off. They deferred it pretty early on in this, probably at season 3 from the comic book.
Yeah, I didn't really like like how they implemented the tentacles. It just kind of looks like a tacked on VFX effect. They don't really do that much interesting things except for like rip people.
Do you remember Umbrella Academy? The one kid who had like the tentacles come out of his body too. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of that.
Those were a little bit more fun because that show. I feel like there was just more energy with the visual effect.
But at the same time, it felt like the same kind of power, right? It's like I'm like, oh, they're like a kind of a hey, you can copy my homework, but don't make it too obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the final season was like simultaneously like too fast and like agonizingly too slow at the same time. So everyone's like up in arms with like how the final scene like ended in the White House, and I'm just kind of like, this whole season was just kind of like womp womp to me. But that being said, the trailer for Vought Rising looked kind of fun. Like it looks pretty intense. I mean, where The Boys on Amazon Prime excels in my opinion is just the laughably crazy implementation of like superpowers, right? You want to see heads popping, like you want to see the viscera, you want to see all the craziness that comes like with superpowers, because I feel like they take it from the point of view of humans are crazy in real life and on TV. And if we gave humans superpowers actually, really, it's not going to look like a DC or a Marvel comic book. It's going to look like this madness. So even though like Vought Rising has like prequelitis, like dripping all over it, right? I know where most of these characters end up. It still could be fun. So, I'll probably let the whole season, burn its way through. And, if enough people recommend it, maybe I'll go check it out.
Yeah. Well, I think to me, it's kind of like, again, I didn't watch Gen V either, but Gen V ended up being something some people enjoyed along the way, right? Mm-hmm. Postseason. So absolutely a lot to tell in there. The reason you didn't hear about this, because it actually was at the end of the theatrical screenings of that last episode of The Boys. People were filming it, putting it online. And then The Boys account was like, all right, here's the trailer, not from some phone in a theater, you fucking losers, or something like that. Like Boys Tone. And I was like, that was pretty fun. So, that did drop this week. I think Amazon really, I don't know if they were wanting to ride that train, because we'll talk about it a little bit. They have Spider-Noir dropping this week. I think they kind of wanted to keep it separate until it kind of maybe got a little closer to launch with that. So I think maybe that's why we didn't get it until the phone footage flooded the internet as well. Resident Evil got 2 new posters this week. A light and a dark mode is what I'm calling these. They're very much a yin and yang of this. One's, I think a car on a snowy road with appears to be a zombie in front of it. The other one is a whiteout snowstorm in a city, what I assume is Raccoon City, before these zombies start jumping off the buildings. The thing is, I'm not much of a gory horror person. Like, I don't enjoy like the gore stuff, like Terrifier, or like the new not Resident Evil. What's the new one? Evil Dead stuff going on. That's just like, hey, how gross can we make this? So hopefully this isn't that. But I am intrigued by the story because, again, it's supposed to run adjacent to the video games. I'm interested in how it does that with how different this looks, right along the way.
I'm obsessed with this movie. I can't wait to see it. I'm probably gonna make it a priority to see this one in theaters because I don't want to wait for when it comes out on digital. So
it'll probably be a quick.
and
It'll probably be a quick turnaround to digital, to be honest. Most of the horror films are, but
yeah, we'll have to see if they do any popcorn buckets. I'm gonna guess like some sort of like vial of like T-virus
umbrella shape thing.
Screw off one end and there's popcorn in there. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got an opportunity to do that. Again, there's probably stuff in the show movie we haven't seen yet, so definitely keep looking at it. September 18th, later this year. Masters of the Universe is coming out in 2 weeks. It's confirmed to at least have one post-credit scene. I think maybe there's two, actually. So I'm going to go see this. My wife says we can go see it, and she wants to go, so I'm on board with that. I'm leaving with that damn sword sipper, man. I'm doing it. Hell or high water. But in good news, Jared Leto is not thrilled with the movie, but the execs are fine with that because he's not been part of any of the promotions so far. He didn't come out to CinemaCon. He hasn't shared it on his social. The farther he is away from this, the happier I am at the end of the day. A lot of early reviews are coming out, like early reactions are coming out. They seem to be positive. I don't put a lot of stake in those because those early people are, they're probably people who are going to say anything's good because they got to see it before everybody else did. But I'm looking to have a good time. This is another popcorn one. This is, I know you've got the thumbnail called Summer Grab Bag. Like this is a popcorn movie summer to me. And this is one of those that was like, I have no dog in a Masters of the Universe fight. I didn't watch He-Man growing up. I just know the meme from the mid-2000s. And that's all I really want out of this. What about you? You going to go see it?
Yeah, this has Dungeons and Dragons vibes written all over it. The Chris Pine one. I think I've said it on the show before.
Which will be streaming free very shortly. Like, I think a week or so, by the way.
Oh, great. Yeah, I feel like I just don't think the audience is there, unfortunately. I don't know what demographic data that they're purchasing to tell themselves that He-Man is going to reinvigorate the franchise with a movie. Obviously there's He-Man fans out there, right? I'm not saying that they're not, but I think there's less and less every year. So
I don't think this movie's made for the fans. This is a general audience. Again, Travis Knight brought Bumblebee back in Transformers. I think it's more than you think it is.
Bumblebee was great, but I don't think Bumblebee brought back Transformers back to us.
Oh, I think it proved that it could be better than it was. I think this movie though is not for He-Man fans. I think it's for people who are like being introduced for the first time. Like I don't think it's just for that small.
I wish them the best, but if I was playing fantasy box office, I would not be betting on this one.
All right, well, thankfully you're not, because someone else did and made the movies for that. So I'm actually trying to look at the since I got to go ahead to buy movie. They're doing a midnight screening for this one, 12:01 a.m. Can you believe that?
Classic style.
I mean, good Lord, I would never. But anyway, there's that along the way. But like again, I think the fact I didn't notice Jared Leto wasn't doing anything along the way. That was kind of interesting to me. Like I was like, just like I know he's in here, but I know he's not doing it. But like I actually hadn't even thought about him not being there. Right. So to me, I'm okay with that. Is that fine? Like that he's like the main villain, but he's not really doing anything. I think we're okay with that. So.
Yeah, they might get lucky that his face is not the likeness for Skeletor, because that means they're kind of usually open to do promotion and they don't have to get clearance because it's just his voice, not his face.
Yeah, looks like it's sold out pretty good at my theater. It's trying to put me up front in the front row. I'm not watching this movie in the front row. Good Lord, why would you do that to me? But yeah, so that's coming out in a couple weeks, and we'll see how that goes. Same day, actually, is Scary Movie. I don't know if you knew this. June 5th is Scary Movie coming out. It's not Scary Movie 5 or whatever, 6. It's just called Scary Movie now. But the popcorn buckets have been revealed, and they are in the shape of bongs. You can get 4 different sizes of popcorn shaped bongs, or popcorn holders that are shaped like bongs at the movie theater.
Are they? So they're going to sell these at the theater, literally. I thought that. I was under the impression that these would have to be like an online only type of thing. somebody is definitely getting pulled over after leaving the theater, and that officer is going to shine that flashlight in the window and see the paraphernalia, and then they're going to like, officer, I swear it's for popcorn. And they're just say, get out of the car. I'm looking forward to that headline.
Yeah, well, the problem with this is they're not real. I was going to pull your rug out for me. They're not real. That was it came out on the official Scary Movie thing, and they were like, actually, we're not going to do it. This is just essentially a big charade about these. I know. I know.
They maybe look like a fool.
Yeah, I was like, imagine all the other people who like don't cover this and are going to be that disappointed along the way. And I'm pretty sure was it Boss Logic had like the popcorn bong one? Isn't that what they modeled it after? Was something he did to start, which makes sense because he does that. So but it probably will not be in I don't know. Either way, whatever. What my chances are, the internet saying yes, this is awesome, and saying you can't buy it in theaters. They'll probably be like, okay, we actually made them in like 2 months, and you can buy them when it comes up.
Somebody's 3D printing it. Somebody's 3D printing it right now.
Yeah, it's hard to 3D print clear stuff. I'll tell you that right now. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, Scary Movie coming out the same day. Probably not going to do too well, but that's another popcorn movie. I might try to get like a 2 p.m. matinee showing if I can and watch it. Try to get in there and get some theater time this summer. X-Men 97. The season 2 trailer has leaked online. I don't remember. I think this is time stamped of when it was. Comic-Con Revolution is what it is. It's like a VLC thing. This is a fun little I wish they would go ahead and release this. I don't know what's coming out. It shows some younger mutants who I'm familiar with, a couple of them running to the X-Mansion. It's blown up, then going through different times where some of the X-Men are in the past with Sabanura, who's Apocalypse, some are in the future with Rama Tut, who's also, I think, he's not Apocalypse, that's King. But either way, they are going all through time in this one, and Wolverine's back with his metal claws at some point. And they make a Laserdisc reference, and very much 90s material right here, Mike. I'm just excited to come back to this. I really want X-Men 97 to be back on the screen after several years away.
I love the art style. It's just like a great medium where like it's kind of the ideal way to tell a comic book story, right? In kind of an adult-leaning animation style. You don't have to bog yourself down with like a lot of origins of superpowers and stuff because you're living in this kind of like animated, magical kind of feel. Mm-hmm. And it's just awesome. You just get to animate like badass stuff. I mean,
and everyone knows. I mean, everyone, I guess, older than 20 has at least seen the original X-Men stuff at some point, right? Even in passing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, this feels like I'm at home. Like this feels, again, I'm back, eating my cereal, watching Fox cartoons in the morning. Very nostalgic along the way with that.
Yeah, Marvel, the MCU would be smart to try to take as many cues from X-Men 97 as possible when bringing them to live action. Yeah,
I think the one thing is what I enjoy is they just know what their abilities are. Like we don't have to go through training with all the mutants, right? Like what do you do? Oh, well, I shoot things out of my eyes. Well, what if you lose your thing? I don't like. They know how to do all this stuff already. They're very much trained team, and I love that. So hopefully we get our an official release for this. Obviously, Bishop says he needs to get the X-Men back to the 90s, which is a funny thing to say here in like the 2020s. So like, yeah, I guess why don't you just put them at another time where they can be more useful? But the 90s is what they want to stick to. So let's get them there. Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix season 2 trailer. I think this might be the second trailer, but I guess the first one has officially revealed that there is no war in Ba Sing Se, Mike. I thank God someone told me because I thought there was war in Ba Sing Se, but there is no war there. This hits home to me because number one, as everyone here knows this, Mike is an Avatar person. I am not. Mm-hmm. I am very much new to this, but I remember season 2, book 2. Very distinctly from watching it, right? It is very much a when you look at the hero's journey, like he's learning new skills, he's in this weird place. It ends at a very much the downward spiral, like the downward arc of the hero. Like Aang leaves in a very bad place from book 2 and starts book 3. So I very much remember a lot of this along the way, a lot of politics in this war. And to me, from what I remember and watching this, it seems the show people have taken some feedback from the first one and tried to make this look a little more or be more like the show. Mike, are you getting season 2 vibes, book 2 vibes when watching this trailer more as I am? Or is it just me and recency bias?
I mean, I don't know. This is going to be hard for me to accept in any front because, like you said, I was a big fan, still am a big fan of the original animated series. I checked out after like 2 or 3 episodes of the first live action season just because, in my opinion, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Like pretty much every category of quality of which I judge something that I watch, it wasn't really effective at any of it. Like it wasn't like offensive or overwhelmingly bad. You know, we're not talking like the M. Night Shyamalan adaptation, but I was just like, I don't need to invest time in this. I'd much rather just go back and watch the animated series. And I saw that there was a discussion happening online where I don't know if this is a younger generation or like everything on the internet, it's a vocal minority that just keeps getting raised up in the algorithm because people are just yelling at them or agreeing with them. But I saw somebody say they liked the live action Avatar show because it gets rid of all the fluff and filler episodes of the original animated show. And it just makes me so depressed that like we have obliterated the patience of so many people. That's like, yes, I guess technically some of the episodes may have been quote unquote filler, as in they've gotten an episode order that they have to fill, right? And we got to get from point A to point B. But the great part about, Chris, like you're saying, the second season, it's such an adventure. It's such a journey that they go on. They go to the desert. They get lost. They got to hunt down Appa. They get to explore the Earth Kingdom. They get to visit all of these different people and tribes and villages along the way. And all the characters grow from all of it. Mm-hmm. You know, and in the live action version, they unfortunately just, for the sake of the budget and the number of episodes, they just can't cover all of that. So I just know in my heart of hearts, no matter like how fun and interesting it is that they're adding Toph to the cast, and they have the owl in the library, it's just like it's just not going to satisfy me in any way. But you are right, like one of the best character moments happens at the end of the second season when Zuko kind of starts to flounder on his allegiances of what he's actually doing and what's motivating his entire life. But you get to that after like 20 episodes of the animated version, and what we're going to get to that in 7 episodes of this live action. It's just not going to hit the same. But I mean, I guess people are liking it, and it seems like they're going to do a 3rd season. So whether I like it or not, this will exist.
Yeah, I am. Again, I don't have a dog in either fight. I think I would watch this. I tried to watch. I think I watched the first episode of the first season. I'm like, oh, that one's a little different. Like it felt like the first season there were some additions and liberties that were made along the way. This feels more. Again, I've seen people do some side by sides less like that. And I think it was on YouTube Shorts earlier, and someone had like the trailer versus like what's actually in the show. And I was like, okay, this feels a little better. I would like to see it. I mean, the effects look like again, Netflix is putting the effects in like kind of like, what was it up? One Piece, right? Like they're bringing some of the action to life, the earth bending, the fire bending. I didn't know if I saw any water bending in this one. And air bending's a little hard to see. It's clear, it's air.
Yeah, a little bit briefly at the front they had some water bending. Yeah. But I have it paused right now on this frame of Appa just kind of like shouting in a field, and it just looks so gray and desaturated, and it just makes me think, when I'm watching One Piece, I'm having so much fun. It's so colorful, it's full of so much life. It feels like I'm watching a cartoon in live action, and just visually I'm not connected at all to the cartoon when I'm watching this trailer. I mean, they have that underground cave scene, you know, there's some glowing rocks, you know, so at least they have a little bit of color going on there. But
yeah, well, I think it's also like you are very, your One Piece is like me to this. Like you don't have a dog in the fight either way. It could be way off, and we don't know. It could, but like I think I'm not happy. I'm interested that they're sticking to all three books. I'm interested that they're sticking to all three books at the end of the day. Again, we talked about the main guy who plays Aang. They didn't make it fast enough. He kind of grew up quite a bit in between 1 and 2. He's no longer the small kid. He's more of a young adult. But I'm interested to see what they do with this, and I will hopefully finish season 3, book 3, by the time the actual Netflix gets to a live action book 3 along the way.
You have to let me know how it is.
Yes, but that, I guess this is did it have a release date in there? June 25th, well before the animated version that is already leaked online of the movie that's supposed to come out in October. So got that to look forward to as well. But this week, I'm looking forward to Spider-Noir coming to Amazon, and we got a final trailer. I'm linking the colored version in here. There's a black and white version of all these, so there will be a color version and black and white version of the series. The more I watch this trailer, the more I'm like, okay, they're gonna tell me how boring and weird, boring this is. But it looks weirder and more batshit crazy the more I watch this, Mike. Like every time I see a new trailer or a clip, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen in this, and I'm so excited to see Nicolas Cage go full on Spider-Man weird shit in this show along the way. I think there's a part in this. Is it this one, or there was another trailer where he's like just sitting in his office? Well, like, oh yeah, it's the end of this one where he's just Nicolas Cage in a Spider-Noir thing with his goggles on without the mask, and he like turns them on in the dark to see. I'm like, this is gonna be bonkers when it drops next week on Amazon.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about this is like, like Cage like sat down with this script and like really like earnestly he was like, I'm gonna get to the root of this character. What's driving them? How would they react when they put these goggles on? They would kind of be going crazy. So there's always a method to his like literal madness. So this is exciting me.
Yeah. This is the same actor who has played Ghost Rider and Superman in the past 2 decades of superhero movies. And now he gets to play Spider-Man. So Spider-Noir. And he's going full Cageism. So all episodes drop on May 27th. So I don't know if we'll be able to watch it all by next weekend because it's dropping on Wednesday. But we'll probably try to have at least the first one done, right, Mike? You think that's fair to...
Yeah, we'll be able to give some first impressions for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how long they are. They don't say how long these are. If they're like half hours, you could probably binge through it. But if they're probably more of the 45s, yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath too much. But looking forward to that. On the flip side, this summer we're getting regular Spider-Man too, not just crazy black and white Spider-Man. Brand new day is dropping, and there's a. You're familiar with the Screen X experiences that they have in theaters?
I have heard of it. Yes.
I've not been to one myself. It's the one that has the extra screens on the side of the cinema, so it looks like there's like they call them wings, I think. So it looks like the scenes extend around you. So what was cool about this is, it's leaked, looks like it's filmed, is that they actually used a camera while they were filming the movie to get those extra wings. Like they're not just generating them from the ground up. They're actually filming them and then kind of comping them in with the regular movie throughout. So you're not just, like I said, just getting weird side panels along the way, which I thought was interesting for that. On the flip side, go ahead.
It must be so depressing to be a modern day director of just knowing your peers back in the day. Just they had one camera and they pointed it and they hit record, and now they're just like, okay, you need an IMAX camera on the rig, you need the extra wide lens on the rig, so make sure there's not a single boom pole or it's going to cost you $40,000 to paint it out, and you have to do this because 10% of the audience is going to see it in Screen X.
10% is a very big number. I don't even I have to drive. I live in a pretty hub city of the Midwest, right? I have to drive 3 hours minimum to get to a Screen X screen. We don't have Screen X. We don't have D-Box in the town I live in either. I'd have to go an hour and a half, 2 hours to a D-Box screens. The IMAX here is shit. So I don't even care if this is filmed in IMAX. Not even go into it. But like, it is interesting, I guess, this one brand, like, we want to show it to guys. They have to be there with everything, like. Because like there's a shot pretty like midway through this where it looks like a 3D or a 360 camera is just mounted on top of it. And I'm like, how, like a lot of scenes, like you don't have that full 180 clean, right? Because like there's so much to a set that is filmed, or like what if it was just green screen, blue screened? So Screen X people, I would like to see one, because I don't think the whole movie has the wings, right? It's only some scenes. Is that my understanding? Like they can't do the whole movie like this.
I mean, this BTS leaked that we have here is frustrating because it shows the Screen X screen, but the left and right are just filled with like ambient color.
Lights. Yeah.
So you don't even really get a sample of what it looks like.
Yeah. So there's that. On the other side of that, other side of the world, Spider-Man has officially secured a China release date for the movie, for this movie. And I'm going to guess because of that, it will be one of the top 3 films at the box office this year, if not the number 1, getting a China release date. And Spider-Man's so big. It was like $2 billion with the last one, with No Way Home. I think this has a chance of being the top movie this year. Doomsday will probably get a run for its money. I don't want to say The Odyssey will make a lot of money, like billions of dollars, but it has a heavy chance. I don't feel Dune 3 is going to rake in all the dollars either across the globe. So I feel it'll be there. And then a rumor I saw that I shared with you is apparently the Punisher is rumored to be a crazy psycho in this movie. And we just watched One Last Kill. So that's kind of how he kind of acted in that, right? It was kind of a crazy psycho at the end. Like, I know the trailer for this has him clean shaven. Maybe he shaves his beard off, goes straight laced for Spider-Man, but I don't know what this means at the end of the day. I thought it was funny.
I mean, if you have to pull anything out of One Last Day, I think it's supposed to show you he kind of unpsychos himself in a way. Like that's supposed to be his character development in there, that he's kind of returned to the classic Punisher and maybe he's just not hearing voices. And in the Spider-Man trailer, he's just kind of quipping and being funny along with Spider-Man. So I don't know exactly what's going to make him psycho.
He shot a grenade launcher, man. He shot a grenade launcher.
There is like a mind control type thing being teased in the trailer. Maybe that makes him go psycho.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not really him, that somebody else is controlling him in those moments.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's PG-13, so there's no way he's going more psycho than the special presentation that we saw on Disney Plus, flat out.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like it is. I don't even think he would really be one. Like again, like it's like I get like in his show, but like he just looks like a side character. And like the commercials we've seen, like he's just in like chasing the tank, and that's kind of all we saw him behind the scenes. So unless there's stuff we don't know, I'd be interested to see how this goes. But rumors are wild. Rumors are wild right now.
We should be getting one more trailer soon. They need that kind of ticket announcement trailer dropping soon. I would think.
When does The Odyssey drop in theaters? July 17th, like 2 weeks before this, or 1 week before this. So Tom Holland's got a hell of a July coming his way.
Oh, maybe let's see here.
Supergirl?
Live action Moana. That's also July? Jesus. A lot of stacked in July.
What's it? Is Sony got any other movies? Because it's a Sony movie. They tie it to the Sony stuff as well. I'm gonna guess Supergirl.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm trying to
think
think.
Time to drop it.
Trying to think of what else is coming out this year. In July or June. Disclosure Day. Maybe it's Disclosure Day.
I mean, yeah, that's Spielberg. I mean, that's gonna get butts and seats just by the name.
Yeah, and Aliens. So I don't know. We'll see. So we'll hopefully get a trailer for Too Late. Lanterns, the next DCU property. I guess the first. I guess Peacemaker. The next, I guess the first official new DCU show got a new trailer showcasing Hal Jordan uses his green power ring to create like a shield for some like looks like maybe an alien laser blast or something down on a town. He's using it as a shield for bullets. Lots of stuff going on here. So we see Sinestro as a prisoner. Guy Gardner makes an appearance at some point, probably talking to oh my gosh, Jon Stewart at some point. There's a power lantern he's carrying in like his like prison or hospital get up. A second season writing room's already assembling. Like, people are, I feel confident in this. How did you feel, Mike, as someone who's not in the Green Lantern? What was your take on this? Was it excite you? Did it?
Well, I mean, I was already bought in. I already bought into it by the first trailer. It looked fun. I loved Kyle Chandler. It's going to be nice to see just Green Lantern explored, like you said, for fans like me that have really only kind of caught the character in the animated Justice League TV show. So that'll be a nice turn. We talked about it on the show last week where they were kind of already officially announced that this is going to be taking place in 2 different time periods. So that kind of settled some of the questions of, well, where does Nathan Fillion figure into this? And then you get to see him in the trailer. So you're like, oh, okay, so all the Lantern stuff is connecting. I like that. Yeah. Because there was a little bit where I was slightly worried where this Lantern project was floating around like forever, like back when they had the DC streaming service. What was that even called before it was absorbed into HBO?
Yeah.
And then and like J.J. Abrams was like attached to like something, and then the live action universe was kicking off. So it was very confusing. So I was like, oh, where's this landing? But it looks fun. It looks cool. There's still people out there like complaining about there's like kind of like a brown Green Lantern suit.
Well, that's his original suit. Like, even I'm like, I don't give a shit about the suit. Like, we don't want a repeat of Ryan Reynolds' CGI effort that didn't look good at all. So
yeah, I feel like I need to get out of my own head. People on the internet are just toxic, and they're invading my brain and killing brain cells of just like, has nobody ever watched the Superhero Project before in their life? Have they never seen how suits change throughout movies, or even throughout, like, between different films? Like, we've seen plenty of different Captain America suits over the decade and how they've changed. And also, I'm not a big Green Lantern fan, but I do know that his power is to construct things essentially out of thin air. So I got to imagine that the power exists to very easily tweak a suit at will to their own personal character. And we haven't seen Hal Jordan in the trailer wear one yet. So it's just like...
Well, that suit comes from the comic books. It's not like they pulled it out of their ass either. He wore that suit for a lot of comic issues before they even considered doing the bright green stuff, right? Because I don't know if you remember how like earthy and like down to like realism like comic books in the 70s looked. Like, he had that suit forever. Like, we don't need to CGI the whole thing. He doesn't need to be bright green like Ryan Reynolds. That's not how any Green Lanterns really look in the books.
And I like how it looks like the narrative is being constructed around where they're shooting it. Because my single biggest complaint about Peacemaker Season 2 was like, this is just Atlanta. This is outskirts of Atlanta. This is somewhere in Georgia. This does not feel fun and exciting. I like Argus being outside of like a suburb off of a freeway. Like, I'm not buying it at all. This looks like they got maybe a Texas tax credit or something.
Wyoming, even? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But they're leaning into it, and they're making it part of the story. There's like cowboys, and there's like Friday Night Light football fields and stuff. It's working with the narrative.
I also enjoy, John Stewart maybe new, but Hal Jordan is like that grizzled veteran. Like, when he uses the shield to bubble before the bullets even hit him, when he does the almost not really haphazard, but just like devil may care shield around before like that red beam strikes people. He's creating dollar bills to use in the vending machine or jukebox or whatever. Like, he just knows what to do with it, and I think that's really fun. Like, again, one of the things I hate is like someone learning their powers and they find their powers in like the 11th hour in the final episode, and then they use them. Like, I don't want that. I want to see someone who knows how to be a Green Lantern and use the ring.
Yeah. And he's got dirtbag energy, which I find kind of funny. So I'm on board. I'm green pilled at the moment.
Yeah, I think it comes out in August. Very excited. I'm glad they're already working on season 2. That means they got plans for this. It's not like, oh, let's see how it does and then do this. That means that they have a bigger story they want to tell. And I think that's awesome. So that gives me a lot of faith in the show. Batman Part 2. Sebastian Stan is out there saying he will play many roles in this one. So, quote, many roles in this one. He's either likely Two-Face, right? Because there's Harvey Dent and then Two-Face. multiple roles, or he could be. There was a lot of rumors when the casting was announced last week, 2 weeks ago, that maybe he wasn't Harvey Dent, but he could be Hush / Tommy Elliott playing those two characters, and like Scarlett Johansson really wasn't Gilda Dent and something else. I don't know. I feel all the rumors heavily point towards a Long Halloween Harvey Dent Gilda Dent kind of setup here. I don't know. We won't know until it's done, but they are filming, which is awesome. That means this movie actually feels tangible for the first time in what feels like years, Mike. So to me, that's a pretty big win that it's actually shooting right now.
Yeah, I love me some Sebastian Stan. So if he wants to dabble in another superhero universe, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
Loved him in Thunderbolts. I guess we'll be seeing him again, at least in the next 2 Avengers movies. Thanos willing. You know, who knows if he'll come back and snap his fingers again.
Doom willing. Doom willing at this time.
Yes, Doom willing. But I really need to rewatch the Batman movie.
Yeah.
The other one that came out, was it... This is crazy. I was Googling when we were talking about Spider-Man earlier. I was like, when did No Way Home come out? And it was 2021. And I was kind of shocked because I was like thinking... oh, didn't this come out pre-pandemic because it made so much money? But then I realized, oh no, Spider-Man No Way Home came out during that perfect sweet spot during the pandemic where there was like that gap of time before like all of these new variants started cropping up and we needed to like transition to like the N95 masks and everything.
But it was also that it came out when people were itching to go to theaters. Like they hit that stir crazy cabin fever moment and people were like, I'll go, fuck it, and everybody went to see Spider-Man. It's what it felt like.
Yeah, so the Batman wasn't that...
it's 22. It was 22.
Yeah, so that wasn't long after Spider-Man came out. And we started to get that feeling of like, oh, we're going back to the movie theater.
It would have been... Batman would have been before Spider-Man. Because 21 would have been when all the other ones came out, right? Now you're making me guess it. Spider-Man No Way Home, which was 21. God damn, you were right. Because I looked at Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat, the Batman and Mortal Kombat, the first one were those movies. Remember on HBO when HBO was like, we'll put all the movies on streaming for everybody.
Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of funny. We're hitting on a theme here now where we finally have reached a time period where we're getting sequels to a lot of these pandemic movies.
Yeah.
So we're kind of starting to get more of like a real idea of maybe what their performance is going to be. But everything is also soured by like inflation and the rising cost of everything. Mm-hmm. So I would not be shocked if, you know, something like this next Batman sequel or even Spider-Man Brand New Day, you know, maybe it won't be posting box office franchise highs because just people don't have the same amount of money to go to the theaters right now.
I don't think it'll be franchise highs, but I do think it's these are characters people know and trust, and even like during those things, like people are looking for escapism, right? They may not go opening night, but they're going to go to matinees to watch this. I think people will still go see these. There'll be kids who want to see it. Spider-Man is a toy maker, so like they don't have to worry about box office dollars really at the end of the day, but they'll make it. Batman the same way. Lego Batman, the whatever Chronicle or whatever movie game just came out this week, the one that plays through all the movies as well, and they actually have the Batman Part 1 movie in there, like the car chase
Chris,
one.
I didn't have a chance to say, but it looks fun. I've seen the reviews for this Batman game. They say it's really great, and I didn't even know it was an open world, and I love that idea of just like going to the top of a building and like gliding. I might have to get this. I might have to pick this up.
What's great about this game for you, Mike, and what is not a turn off for me, but like I'm like, this needs to be on sale. There's only 7 playable characters in that whole game. But I'm used to Star Wars Lego where there's like 150 playable characters, or Marvel. So like to me, I play the characters, but like it's a Batman game about just Batman. You don't need to play as Clayface in Batman's game. You want to play as Batman, as Robin, as Catwoman. So I think that's a big win for you because you don't have to learn all the characters and unlock everything. You're just going to get there and play a game you want to play where I play the other way. I'm like, I want to unlock all the characters.
Yeah. Yeah, so Chris, unfortunately, your responsibility now is to remind me in probably like 5 or 6 months when this game like gets like a digital discount out there and I can like download it for $30
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Usually you're pretty good at reminding me. So
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
I
put
think
that on you.
I think honestly, this will probably be a good holiday win for you, unless you get Grand Theft Auto 6. This might be
Not a Grand Theft Auto guy, but
Well,
I'm playing Wolverine in September.
Well, Wolverine has a state of play this week, and we're going to save that for our news next week. I was going to put it in here, but there's a state of play for PlayStation and Wolverine this week. But if Grand Theft Auto comes out, guess what? Every other game under the sun's going to go on sale, so they at least move some copies. So you are in for a treat this holiday season.
Be eating good.
For some of these sales. All right, well, that's the show for this week. Mike, if people want to know what you're up to, what you're doing, what can they find you at?
Oh, you can read my webcomics at pickledcomics.com and liferewardsrisk.com. Chris, if people want to catch up with you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Valdan87, VALDAN, or video games of the same name. If people know about the show, what we're doing, where all these show notes and links and trailers are, where can they get all these goodies?
Yes, you can find us blissfully euphoric in the 90s over at superheroslate.com. Best place to find everywhere we host the show. We're on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. I think we're pretty much hosted everywhere. I don't feel like I need to stipulate that. We 574 episodes.
You should still say it just for the algorithm, because it does pull that when you say it. But
Apple, YouTube, Spotify.
We are hosted in one place, but we stream everywhere you listen. So
yeah, there we go. We're on an RSS feed somewhere. And you can get merch at superheroslate.com/store. We love hearing from you. Let us know what you're excited for with the summer coming up. What's in your grab bag? What is in your S tier beverage list? That's actually what I really want to know. I don't care what you think about superhero movies or TVs. I want to know what soda hits your S tier. And really think about what I said. Like, this isn't just like a soda that you like. This is something that is going to be just on your Mount Rushmore. So you would carve this into stone. So let us know what's in your S tier.
I'm taking my heart rate right now after drinking all this Jolt Nail 81 real fast to see how that turns out. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Jolt's going to be carved on your headstone, not your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But we love hearing from you, and we love our super fans. So if you want to be a super fan of this show, all you have to do is share this show with a friend, share this show with a buddy, and we will be here every week, folks.
That's right. We'll see you guys next